Hey, Star Wars action figure collectors, this is Darth Phoenix 619 coming at you with another review, and this time of something brand spanking new. Yes, in front of you from the 2013 Star Wars The Black Series, Wave 1 is number 2, the Clone Trooper Sergeant. So exciting to finally get something new, to review something new. It's starting. Definitely look out at your retails. I got this at Target, did a little toy run video prior to this one. Check that out. See some of the other figures that were there. Million thanks go to ScabCat242 for giving me the tip on where to find these figures. Not really interested in the entire wave. Was interested in this guy, of course, the Yavin Luke and the Padme. I know the Padme went to a good home, and the Yavin Luke I'll have to keep my eye out for. But this was the other figure that I wanted in this wave. I'm kind of interested in the Darth Vader. I have to see it, see whether or not I'll decide to pick it up. And I am interested in the Clone Pilot, but he's the one that comes in my pre-order of Wave 2. So I could definitely wait for him. So let's go ahead and get on to this review. So before we do that, let's take a look at the packaging, which many people dislike. I actually like it. It's probably my third favorite packaging after the 30th anniversary and the vintage collection. And it's black, but I think the simplicity of the packaging is what truly makes it stand out for me. And the orange there is the only highlight you see, and I like it. I really do. Definitely has a Halloween-esque feel. So you get the portrait of the Clone Trooper Sergeant there, which is pretty much the only differences in the cards, besides the name and the portrait. And then, of course, you get a little shot there in a kind of a gray and black little read up there if you want to pause and read. That's it. I think the only thing that I would have liked to have seen, but then again, they may have kind of, ruined the simplicity of the packaging, would have been some pictures of the wave, but I do definitely like it. So one of the few out there that does. And compared to your standard kind of vintage collection, as you can see, it's definitely as tall but not as wide. So it is pretty small. And then the packaging, I'm not sure if my razor is dull or whatnot. It was really kind of hard to get off the plastic in a nice clean swoop, so apologize for that messy card. Onto the figure itself. It's basically a repaint of the vintage collection Phase 1 Clone Trooper, which we've seen this mold being used before in the Lieutenant and Fordo. So, but now we're getting it in the Sergeant green colors. But this is a fantastic mold. I mean, a lot of people really like this mold, this sculpt. It's fantastic articulation, and it's just really, really nice. Okay, now let's do a little comparison to the original Clone Trooper Sergeant, and as you can see, the green, very different. Almost like an olive green compared to this one, which is just your standard, typical bright green. This one has some shinier armor than this one. This one's a little bit thinner. This one's a little bit more bulkier. And of course, there's some other differences in paint taps. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely different looking for sure. Of course, this one, the new one has the removable helmet. This one does not. This one has less articulation. But for the most part, I think it is different enough to acquire to justify the reason of getting him. And then I'm going to compare him to kind of Gree from the vintage collection, so you can see kind of how the colors match up. Because you might want to display this one with either Gree troops, even though I know it's not the same battalion or whatnot. But I like it. I definitely do. I think the variation in green and the articulation and the removable helmet. If you're a Clone Trooper fan, you'll definitely want to pick this guy up. So, and then we have your standard DC-15 blaster rifle, which I'm pretty sure we've seen before. And I thought, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the Lieutenant or the first Phase 1 vintage collection, but there were some silver paint apps down here, and this one doesn't, just your standard black. Same thing with the DC-15 blaster. Also was supposed to have did have some silver paint apps on previous releases of this mold, but not this. This is not the case. So, which is fine. That's not a big deal. So those are the two accessories that you get with the figure. So let's take a closer look. Okay. So paint apps have been applied for the most part pretty well. There is some smudging there on the shoulder pad, but not that big of a deal. The armor, is not clean white, which I do like, though it kind of gives it more battle, worn look to it. And then if you take off the helmet, you got your standard clone trooper head, which of course is kind of small for the body, but I'll probably be displaying this guy with the helmet on. And then the back looks great, very clean. Fortunately, you see those numbers there, but what are you going to do? And the boots, just, same mold, same sculpt, but if you haven't seen it, this is your first time, it's definitely a good one. And you got your 4 dots here to signify rank or whatnot, I'm assuming. So, very good. Hair looks clean for the most part. Paint ups look pretty good. I've seen other clone troopers where that black paint will bleed onto the face, so I think they did a pretty good job with that. Okay. Articulation is, just the same as the attack phase 1. Excuse me while we focus. You got your ball jointed head, ball hinged shoulders, ball hinged elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso. You got ball hinged hips, of course. You got your ball hinged knees and your ball hinged ankles. So lots of articulation on this guy. It's a great mold, and he's going to look great next to your lieutenant. Any other phase 1 clone troopers, you can definitely lead them on. So yeah, highly recommend it, especially if you're a clone trooper fan. I definitely recommend this figure. Retails for $9.99. Start hitting up your Targets. I haven't heard any reports on Toys R Us, but I have heard for Targets, or Walmart. I haven't heard any reports of it hitting Walmart, but be on the lookout. And please rate, comment, favorite, whatnot. And until next time, you guys, hope you've enjoyed this review. May the Force be with you.